Hi everyone, today I would like to talk about Module 12 from my grammar lab. It's about questions. There are actually two kinds of questions. The first one would be yes-no questions, and the second kind would be WH questions. So let's quickly talk about yes-no questions. For yes-no questions, of course, you expect people to answer yes or no after you ask the questions. For example, is it cold outside? Yes, is it cold outside, or no, it isn't. Have you had breakfast? Yes, I have, or no, I haven't. Can she come tonight? Yes, she can, or no, she can't. For yes-no questions, they always begin with a verb to be is was were, or auxiliary verb like have, has, had, do, does, did, or some modal verbs can, could, shall, should, may, might, will, would. And after the auxiliary verb, you will see the subject and then the rest of the sentence. Okay, when we answer yes, no question, we can use a long version or a short version. Okay, for the long answer, you will answer yes or no and then the complete sentence with the subject, with the verb, and the rest of the sentence. Or no, the subject, the verb, and the rest of the sentence. Okay, this is the long answer. But you can also use a short answer. You can give a short answer, just simply saying yes or no, and then with the subject and the verb, it is. Or subject and the verb, it isn't. Okay? Always remember that when we ask a yes-no questions, the verb to be, the auxiliary verb, the modal verbs will always goes before the subject. Okay? But when we answer the question, we have to reverse it again. Okay? So it's like a normal sentence. The subject go first, and then verb, and the rest of the sentence. Okay? Always remember to reverse and let the subject go first, and then the auxiliary verb, modal verb, the verb goes after the subject in the answer, okay? Remember. But then in the questions, always the verb to be, the auxiliary verb, the modal verb goes before the subject in questions. Don't mix it up. And of course, you can ask yes-no question in different tenses. Simply change the verb to be or the auxiliary verb. For example, present tense, we use is, are, do, does. Like, is it cute? Are you sick? Am I wrong? Do you drink coffee every day? Does she run every night? Okay, present continuous tense, you can use is, are with the ing. Okay, present participle. Is he joining us tonight? Are you listening to me now? Am I doing it right? Past tense, was, were, did. Was he mad? Were they close friends? Did you go to the party last night? Or past continuous tense, was, were plus ing. Were you daydreaming? Was he meeting someone? Present perfect tense will use has, have plus a past participle, pp. For example, has he finished his homework? Have they returned their bicycles? Or future tense, you use will plus a bare infinitive. Will grandma visit us this Sunday? Apart from the verb to be and the auxiliary verb, you can also use modal verbs to form yes-no questions, such as can, could, will, would, shall, should, may, might, must, or have to. For example, can you show me your work? Okay, you will put the modal verbs before the subject to ask the question. Would you like a cup of tea? Would, and then the subject. Should I leave now? Should, and then subject. May you stay with me? May, and then subject. Must he join our meeting? Must, and then the subject. So these are the yes-no questions. So that is the end of the yes-no question, and now we'll move forward to look at the WH questions. Okay, for WH questions, they are different from yes-no questions because we no longer just answer yes or no to the questions, okay? We will also answer we will give open-ended answers. We want information. So whenever we want to ask for information, we will use WH questions. And I believe most of you know all these WH words and how as well. and you know the function. For who, we ask about person, people. For when, we ask about time. For where, we ask about place. For why, we ask for a reason. For what, we ask about things, objects, ideas, okay? For which is that we have several things and then we want to choose, we want to have a choice. For whose, we talk about possessions. So it's something belong to you, okay? Something belong to a person. Or the relationship between the people or things, okay? And how, we want to ask about the way to do something or the degree, okay? How much, how many, how far, how tall, okay? The degree of something. Okay, in order to form a WH questions, of course, we need WH word. And then after the WH word, we will add verb to be, auxiliary verb or modal verbs such as can, could, shall, should, those words. After that, we will have the subject and the rest of the sentence. Okay, such as, who is your teacher? What do you like? Okay, and for WH questions, we can categorize them into subject question and also object questions. For subject question, of course, we want to ask about the subject of a sentence. Okay, for example, who helped Mandy? And if I want to know who does the action, the subject. For example, Robin helped Mandy. Then Robin here in the sentence is the subject. Okay, Robin is the one who does the action. Okay, and then the information who is about Robin. So this is the subject questions. But for object question, okay, this time I want to know the information about the object. In the same question, who did Robin help? Okay, this time Robin is not the focus. I want to know who he helped. So Robin helped Mandy. So Mandy is the focus. And Mandy is the object of the sentence. So we call this an object questions, okay? We ask questions about the object of the sentence. So let's compare two questions and you will know a little bit better about subject and object questions, okay? For this one, what eats birds, okay? When we answer these questions, we are giving information about the subject. Oh, cats eat birds, okay? So it's the subject of the sentence that we're giving information. But what about what do cats eat in this sentence? We want to know about the object, okay? Cat eat birds, okay? Birds is the object of this sentence and we want to know more information about the object. So this is called the object questions. Okay, so that's the end. So that's the end of the brief introduction about questions. And if you still have any question, feel free to ask the teacher in the lesson.